Hi, I'm Mike from Scoutadelic, and how can you cook an egg with just a candle? Find out. Hi, I'm Mike from Scoutadelic, and before I teach you how to cook an egg with just a tea light candle, subscribe, go on. It's a new month, it's a new time, it's a new journey. Come on, start something new, something fresh and something different this year with Scoutadelic, and do something different with your scouting. So go on, click the subscribe and support us for free. This month is all about Scouts Australia, and one part of their badge criteria is innovation. So I thought, I'm going to teach you how to cook an egg with just simply a tea light. Well, there's a little bit more in it to that. You're going to need a tea light, you're going to need some matches, for obvious reasons. You're also going to need some wire. Now, back in the heyday, you could actually get metal wire coat hangers, and those would be perfect for this sort of activity. However, nowadays you can't. So you can actually get some craft wire, and that will actually do. The thicker though, the better. And finally, you need some foil, and you also need an egg. Just to give you a heads up. So first things first is you need the wire, and what you're going to do is you're going to make a structure. Now the structure is going to support the egg whilst it's cracked, and it's going to be off the table so that you can actually put the candle underneath and cook it. Now like I say, the thicker the wire, the better this will be, because thin wire like this is unfortunately not going to hold that well. So you've got to be prepared to maybe double up on some of this. Now I did this with my cubs, and they were quite intrigued by it, because how many people know how to make an egg and boil an egg, and well, how to cook an egg on a metal frame? Not many, okay? So it was quite intriguing for them to see how to do this. Also remember the sharp edges to the wires. There are some wires that you can actually get that don't have sharp edges, and like I said, the metal coat hangers, well, they're not going to actually hurt. So what you want to do is kind of make a cradle, okay, that will stand quite happily on the table, a bit like that. Then what you want to do is you want to put the foil on top. Now remember, the foil is actually going to keep the egg in place. So you kind of want to make sure that actually if you crack the egg, it's not going to go over the sides. So you can see, what I've done is I've done it so there's a little nice groove, okay? And the egg won't be able to come out, but there's also enough for the candle to go underneath the actual foil there as well. And then what you're going to do is you're going to crack your egg. Now in the past, I haven't done well with this egg, so I've kept it in this container for quite some time now. So you want to crack it into the actual, you want to crack it into the foil itself. And hope for the best, it stays in the foil like it does. There we go. Perfect. And then finally what you're going to do is you are going to light your candle. Now you can give them one candle and it will do the job. However, the more candles, the more you're actually going to cook that egg. There's the candle and there is the foil, okay? Now, what's going to happen is the heat from the candle is actually eventually going to cook the egg. Now, like I said, the more candles you give them, the quicker it's going to be, but you can actually do it with just one candle, okay? Some things to remember are the candle itself and the flame don't want to be touching the actual foil. Mainly because what you'll find is not only does it burn the foil, but eventually it might poke a hole in the foil, and therefore you're going to either have an accident or the egg is going to obviously fall through. Now, Again, it all still depends on how many candles, depends on how long you're looking at. So around about 1 candle, you are looking like a long time. So it's usually around about 10, maybe 20 minutes. Again, during that period of time, I wouldn't even eat the egg after the 20 minutes, especially on 1 candle. If you're using multiple candles, then you'll obviously see a massive difference from 1 minute to 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 20 minutes. Now, yes, it's a great activity to do, but if they obviously are out in the wild, make sure that they're not eating raw eggs. So obviously discuss with them what is bad about eating raw eggs so that they don't actually do it if they're in that situation. Hopefully they're not, and this is a nice innovation of how to cook an egg differently to what you're used to. Also, with the cubs, it's quite interesting to find out that actually you can cook an egg with just a candle, and they'll notice the difference quite quickly because egg white will actually turn white instead of obviously a liquid colour, and the yolk of the egg, that takes the longest to actually cook. So have a look at that, but make sure that the flame isn't touching the foil because you're going to get a disaster. Also, make sure, because all of this is metal, so you've got the metal foil and the metal wire, that once you've finished, they don't touch it. Move the candles out so you can poke them out, blow them out, and then after a cooling down period, then you can obviously move the eggs and go from there. But that is how to cook an egg with just 1 candle. If you like this, then don't forget to obviously share it around. It's a really fun activity, I would say, from cub age all the way up to explore age. And actually, with explore age, don't even tell them how to do it. Just give them the stuff and see if they can actually cook an egg out of it. But it's a really fun, and it's an innovation. It's really cool. So go on, try it out. Show me your pictures. Share, like, and subscribe. Go on. You know you want to after I've done this. I'll see you again soon for another one of these. Bye.